There is nothing impossible to him who will try. Do you know the person behind this quote? Guess?
Bibhuti?
Let me give another clue. I am not afraid of an army of lions led by sheep. I am afraid of an army of sheep led by lions. Any guess?
Napoleon?
People described him as one man, one warrior, one king, one legend. Alexander the Great. Good evening, Mr. President, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today I am going to talk about that great person, Alexander the Great. He was born in 356 BC in Pella, the ancient capital of Macedonia. His father, Philip II, and his mother was Queen Olympias. He was educated by a brilliant Greek philosopher, Aristotle, where he got the well-rounded education covering science, medicine, politics, as a well-rounded education. As he grew up, his body became strong as an ox. His mind was quick as lightning. He was fit as fiddle. He was the pride of royal family. At the age of 14, he became one of the greatest warriors. At the age of 16, he calmed a wild horse which no one can control just by his light touch. His father, Philip II, was proud of him. He told, "Son, you would have a greater kingdom than Macedonia." After 4 years, his father was murdered in front of him by a killer who was hired by his mother, Olympias, as his mother wanted his son to be the king. At the age of 20, he became the king of Macedonia and commander of 40,000 troops, was hungry to conquer the whole world. He fought his first fight with the kingdom of Persia, who had the greatest power, whose army was 5 times bigger than Alexander's army. But he fought and won the battle by his unique and brilliant strategy. Then he marched along with his army from Europe to Asia, Egypt to India, by crossing rivers, mountains, deserts. Everywhere he went, he saw, he conquered. He was an undefeated man. He was undefeated in all the battles he fought. He created a vast empire the history has ever seen in a short span of time. After conquering many kingdoms, he was returning to his homeland. On the way, he fell ill, which took him to his deathbed. While death was staring at his face, he realized his conquest, his greatest army, his sharpest sword, and his own wealth is no use, no meaning. Then he called his trusted general and told him, "I will depart from this world soon. I have 3 wishes. I want you need to fulfill it." With tears, they agreed to fulfill their king's wish. The first wish was, "Only my physician will carry my coffin." With that, he wanted to tell to the whole world, no doctor can cure a body. No doctor can save you from the death. So, Don't take your life just for granted. Treasure your life. Maintain your health. Second wish was, scatter the gold, the silver, and the precious stone on the way to the graveyard. With that, he wanted to tell to the whole world, the person who owned the whole world, vast empire, owned so much wealth, cannot take a single fraction of gold with him. So don't waste your time just by chasing your wealth all the time. Life is meaningful. Wealth is meaningful if you will enjoy it while you are alive. His third and final wish, both of his hands to be kept hanging out of coffin. With that, he wanted to tell to the whole world, I came empty-handed into this world. Also, will go from this world empty-handed. Whatever you do for yourself will die with you. Whatever you do for others will live on. With all these words, he took his last breath and closed his eyes, where death conquered him. My fellow Toastmasters, Alexander the Great died, but he inspired millions young people like me, like you, by his courage, by his willingness to lead at the front, by his great achievement, creating the biggest empire in the short span of time history has ever seen. With that, I wanted to conclude one of his favorite quotes, what I mentioned. I'm not afraid of an army of lions led by sheep. I'm afraid of an army of sheep led by lions. Back to the question.
After this speech, I also want to conquer. And I also want to follow. Yes, life is there to enjoy. And not just running after wealth. But wealth is still important. We all are here, right, for that wealth. Thank you, Bibhuti, for such an inspirational story. Yes, history does teach us. For this, we'll move on to the next speech. And for this speech, evaluator is Nils. Could you please?
Sure. Ziku is preparing for the humorous speech contest. So there is no specific project, but there are rules by which the contest must be held. The two rules applicable to humorous speech are, first, the subject for the humorous speech shall be selected by the contestant. The speaker shall avoid potentially objectionable language, anecdotes, and material. Secondly, the speech must be thematic in nature, opening, body, and close, not a monologue, series of one-liners. Time allowed is 5 to 7 minutes. The judge may not see the indicator.
Let me talk about this speaker.